Hey guys, Roger at CU Scrapping again. A lot of my customers wonder what happens to their old computers when I get them. I tear them down. They're going to be nothing but bits and components when they're done. Security won't be an issue. You can see in the video when I get it tore down. I'm interested in the components only. That's what makes me money. So I've got, this came out of that office clean out I did last week up in Bloomington. Pulled 32 computers out of there. I've tore down 14. This is number 15. So I've got quite a few to go. So I thought I'd do a video showing you how I take care of these. This is a Dell Dimension E510, manufactured in 2008, so 12-year-old computer. First thing I do is take the side panel off to get to the goodies, and the side panel is tin. It just goes in with the tin shred. Okay, then that exposes all the goodies in here. Interesting, they took the power supply already. Anyway, there's normally a power supply right up here in this hole here. Power supply looks something like this. It's got an exhaust fan, wires hanging off of it. My scrapyard requires me to keep the wires on it before they'll buy it. Otherwise, they'll just buy it as shred. So that's what I do. Well, that makes things a little bit easier. So now I will come in here and start tearing out the rest of the wires. Yeah, tearing out, pulling out. And all these wires, my yard classifies them as number 3 insulated copper wire. Just because they're so thin. Some of it's Cat 4, Cat 5, which is essentially phone wire. More up here. Well, I'm not going to be able to get to that until I get the fan out of there. So the next thing I go for is the CPU heatsink, which is this little box right here. The lighting may be very poor this morning right here. It's got a plastic shroud over it, a couple of screws holding it in. More screws holding the heat sink. Alright, we got a little plastic for the garbage. And the aluminum heat sink. This is what draws the heat off of your CPU unit. This is a rather nice hefty one. This is all extruded aluminum. Sometimes they're aluminum copper. Let's see what this one. So yeah, that's a 1 pound, almost 8 ounces of aluminum. That goes in the aluminum bucket. Then I need to get the finger cards out inside. Again, the lighting is very poor. Bring it up to you. Okay, so inside is your motherboard and then little fingerboards that attach to the motherboard. The next thing I want to do is get those fingerboards out, which is simply a matter of removing that cover. Have to go in the tin shred bucket, and then these will just pull out. One, two, and three. So the gold fingerboards. Let's see. They run about $4 a pound. Takes a few of them to make a pound, so I mean you're not going to get rich off of scrapping your single home computer. You need quantity. But the gold finger cards, this is the main thing they're after. That little gold strip there, that is plated gold, 24 karat. Now, in order to turn these in, I'm going to have to take this metal bracket off, this aluminum heatsink off, and then I can send it in as a gold fingerboard. Not all of them have that. This one here, all I'm going to have to do is take the bracket off. A lot of people will start depopulating the board, so they'll go after that chip, the crystal oscillator. If you depopulate the boards, they're not going to give you gold fingerboard price for them. You'll get a basic low to mid grade board is all you're going to get. So I'll put those over with the gold fingerboards, and then the next thing I pull is the RAM memory sticks. This one's got 4. And there they are. That is the RAM memory in your computer. And there again, they've got the gold fingers down here, and then there's gold bond wire inside those chips. That's why they bring so much. I think you can see some of the gold on the back there as well. These are going for, I believe, $18.50 a pound right now. So I put them all aside in my RAM box. As you can see, it adds up after a while. Then the next thing I'm going to go after is the motherboard itself. Usually held in by, I don't know, half dozen, sometimes 8, 10 screws. there's the motherboard. Quite a bit of good stuff on there as far as chips and stuff. Now the first thing I take off of that, of course, is the CPU. It's your central processing unit. That is the brains of the computer. And that's it right there. Some of the older ones had gold caps, which I happen to have a few of those. Now this is an old, I believe, 386 from 1992. And you can see the gold cap on the top, the gold cap on the back, and all the gold pins. These are gold. These are literally gold. These particular chips go for 140 a pound right now, and I'm sitting on about 2 pounds of them. So I love getting older 20-year-old computers that are 386 or 486. These not so much. There is gold in there. There's gold bonding wires, and on the back is the gold. There are more contacts than pins nowadays, but they still. Oh, let's see. They'll still bring around $2 to $4.50 a pound, depending on the chip. So those all add up. So I throw them in my little bin here, and then I've got a bigger Folgers coffee can that I throw them into. And close that back up. The other thing I need to take off of here before they'll accept it as a motherboard is the aluminum heatsink here, and there's a battery, a small little watch battery up there. So I'll take the watch battery out. It just pops out, and then the heatsink is kind of held on there with a couple of spring-loaded pieces. Now, until I can get, and I haven't found an easy way to do it, get these holding wires off of there, this is going to go as dirty aluminum. Unfortunately, I need to find an easier process to get that wire out of there to get the clean aluminum price on that. Okay, and then this board is ready to go. You can see where they classify these different. Right there where the CPU was, the little hole there. They call that I believe a small socket CPU, because it's smaller than a quarter. If you could fit a quarter inside that hole, it'd be a large socket CPU. They bring better money. And also because of the metal bracket, they call that a metal bracket CPU. They're going for about $1.90 a pound right now. There again, individually, you're not going to get rich. This one here is it's 1 pound 3 ounces. So there's $2.10 multiplied by, and maybe at the end of the video I'll show you the stack I've got here so far. There again, it adds up. You get all these screws. These little metal plates, that all goes in the tin bucket. Okay, next I'm going to pull the hard drives. And, okay, that one didn't have a hard drive. There's the hard drive. Take this plastic carrier off. Okay, this is also the main component. This is where all your data is. There again, once I get done with it here, the hard drives themselves are not worth a whole lot. They're, oh, I can find it here real quick. Yeah, a hard drive with boards, 50 cents a pound. However, the hard drive boards here are $18 a pound. So that's what I do. Once I separate the board from the hard drive, mix it in with my others. I don't know which one's yours. I'm not going to put them back together. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm in this for the money. So these are held on with about 5 or 6 small torque screws. Screws in the tin bucket. Okay. And there is my hard drive board. There again, I put them in with my other hard drive boards. And I've got quite a few. I don't know which one's yours. Don't really care. And the hard drive itself is still worth some money. It's still worth, I don't know, 25, 30 cents a pound. So I throw them in with my other hard drives. Right over there. And then about the only other thing left on this thing is a data storage and 2 DVD drives. Take that little piece of plastic off. 1 DVD, 2 DVDs, and this is a little chip reader. The board inside of that would go as a peripheral board. They're not real bad. They're, I don't know, $1 or $2 a pound. I haven't looked them up in a while. Same thing with the DVD. What I do, there's 4 screws. Hold the lid on. Sometimes they're more cooperative than others. There's just a little tab that holds these in. Disconnect the wires. And there's the DVD board. Those are, what are those? Those are $4.20 a pound scrap. So they're worth pulling. And then that goes in my DVD board box. And then I usually put the lid back on. Just keeps things neater inside the back of my truck when I take a scrap run. And then the rest of this can actually go as tin shred. My local scrapyard will take these for about 10 cents a pound. So I usually throw them in a box and give it to my local scrapyard. It's about double what I get for tin shred. That box is right there. And I'll do this one later. Okay, now I gotta get this plastic fan shroud off. Sometimes that's easier said than done. One bracket just does not want to let go. So I might be a little forceful with it here. There we go. And it's just plastic. So there's one of the other cooling fans. I'll take the plastic shroud off of that, and then the fan itself will go as an electric motor. And that will now let me get the rest of this wiring out. And there again, that all goes as number 3 insulated, insulated copper, because it's so thin. And the rest of that is an empty carcass. Piece of plastic screw, another screw. So that is how I tear apart a computer. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. Other than that, I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.